Hello, everyone. It's Ravi here. I'm on the board of directors for ICF Colorado, and I'm joined by Pat Williams, who's going to be leading a super exciting talk this week, an online talk, a webinar, if you will. And Pat's gracious enough to join me for a couple minutes and talk a little bit about what to expect. So, Pat, thanks for joining.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Well, why don't we start by just having you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, your background as a coach?
Sure. Well, some know me, some don't in this area because I got my start in coaching in Fort Collins, Colorado, back in 1990 when I was a psychologist, and I coached executives with Hewlett Packard, Kodak, IBM, et cetera. And then I closed my psychology practice in '96 when coaching started to take off as a movement, if you will. Went to the first conference in Houston by Coach U and Thomas Leonard back in the day, and was a founding member of the ICF. Later on, I was a board member of the ICF. I've been president of the Association of Coach Training Organizations, lots of other awards and leadership activities, published 7 books. I guess people in the field call me a wise elder now. I've got the gray hair, 3 decades in the profession, and I'm working on my living legacy, which is to stay active and to help younger coaches coming up or new coaches of the profession, and just do what I can to make sure it's vital moving on.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for doing everything you do to further the awareness of coaching. What inspired you to use metaphors as part of your coaching practice?
Well, my psychology training was, I guess I could say, non-traditional, because I always said no to Freud. I embraced humanistic psychology in my master's program, transpersonal psychology and the study of consciousness in my doctorate way back in 1977. And a lot of that included training with Milton Erickson, who's the founder of American hypnosis, but also what was the precursor to NLP and the use of metaphors. And metaphors came from linguists in the field back then. And I think it's become part of coaching without people knowing it. The reason I want to teach this class is a lot of people may not know that as an ICF assessor, I'm an approved assessor, when we assess somebody's audio tape of a coaching situation under direct communication, under that competency, if they miss a metaphor that the client offers, you'll be dinged on that, because that's something pertinent to the coaching conversation and the increasing awareness somebody can get from the metaphors that are part of their language 4 to 5 times a minute, according to research.
Wow. And so you're offering a online training, a class for members of ICF Colorado, and it's coming up January 23rd, so this coming Wednesday, and all the information is on our ICF Colorado website. And what can people expect to learn during this class?
Well, I'm going to teach them something that I call the magic question, which comes from a technique called clean language that I was trained in way back in 1988 as a therapist. And now clean language has moved itself into the coaching arena, mostly in the UK, but it's a way to ask what we call powerful questions in a way that evokes a metaphor. And so they'll learn that, they'll take that away with them. I'll do a coaching demonstration for, say, 7, 8, 10 minutes in there to give a kind of an example of bringing out a metaphor with a client. We're going to cover not only the use of metaphors that the client offers, but when can the coach offer a metaphor that comes to mind for them? When can you use more directive things like guided imagery or the use of photographs to elicit kind of a not knowing, like, I don't want to call it the unconscious, but it really is the unconscious. Where can our clients gain information from the non-traditional states of knowing? It could be dreams, it could be pictures. I won't have time to go into all of that, but I'll touch on when and why. So they're going to learn that metaphors exist all the time. Metaphors are a great way to get beyond emotional or stuckness that a client may have, get beyond the conversation and use the imagery that helps move to a solution without even telling the whole story, which is exciting. And a way for them to leave this call and go use metaphors with their clients in a way they never were paying attention to.
Wonderful. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm already registered, and I just invite anyone who's listening or is thinking about attending to go ahead and really check it out. Down below, you're going to see a link where you can go and register. It's a very affordable class, only $15 for ICF Colorado members. And even if you're not a member, you're totally welcome. It's only $20. And yeah, looking forward to having some fun. Pat, thanks again for offering your wisdom this week.
You're welcome. Thank you.